Hi Capricorn, happy early birthday to those of you celebrating December, and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and also pulled the Four Agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off however knows the astrology as we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have the moon. And as far as important lunar cycles, at the time of recording this, we're just about to have that full moon in Taurus. And then in the month of December, we'll actually have a new moon in Sagittarius right at the start of the month. Middle of the month, we'll have a full moon in Gemini. And then at the end of the month, we'll actually have a new moon in your sign. So definitely plenty of important lunar activity there. So the Taurus full moon we're about to have will be in your fifth house, romance, creativity, children. The full moon in Gemini will be in your sixth house of work, health, daily routines. And of course, the new moon in your sign, that's self explanatory. And 12. So 12th house energy for you guys is Sagittarius. And of course, there's going to be plenty going on there. We'll have the sun in Sagittarius until the 21st of December. What else? We'll have Mercury retrograde there starting on November 25th until the middle of December. What else comes to mind? Oh, yeah, and of course, like I mentioned, that new moon that we'll have right at the start of December. And 12th house in general points to spirituality, blind spots, mental health. And we have Pisces. So Pisces is your third house of communication, short journeys, and siblings. Saturn's pretty much just turning direct there now. And then Neptune will actually turn direct around at the end of the first week, I believe, of, I think around the end of the first week of December. So plenty of activity going on there as well. All right, so we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. And the main situation position, we have the Lovers, which is the major arcana card for Gemini. And challenging that, we have the Three of Pentacles. So on the one hand, this reminds me of what we were talking about, which is that there will be a full moon in Gemini in December. But what this could be saying is for some of you, maybe there's a new connection that's come into your life recently, and maybe there's a really strong pull toward the person, but you might actually have your doubts as to whether or not you could actually build into a stable connection, right? So maybe it feels like more of a physical attraction at this point, but you might figure, oh, I don't know if this would be something that could stand the test of time. For those of you that even just represent maybe even something as far as something in the workplace too, given that that is what Gemini represents in your chart. So it could just be saying that maybe there's maybe a job opportunity that comes your way. Now, on the one hand, it seems like it's appealing, but then you might realize that, okay, but yeah, this doesn't seem like it's very stable. So that could be what you're dealing with this month. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, you could have already gone through an ending recently, right? So maybe that's why these new opportunities coming your way do have their certain appeal to you, to where you're like, okay, well, already got out of something from the past. So as I look for the new thing, right, maybe you're just really looking over everything in great detail to see, like, okay, especially if you feel like maybe the other ending you might have gone through might have been something that you jumped into a little bit more hastily than normal. All right, in the past position, we have the King of Wands. So this is Leo energy here. And yeah, to me, this is the more likely you did have confidence toward the situation in the past. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where it's like, all right, you're recalling a time in the past where you were confident in something, and then it might have come to an abrupt ending, and then you're like, okay, not trying to go down that road again, right? So maybe you're just really looking at something with more detail. All right, I do have to say, in the present position, we have the Tower. So for some of you, it could just be saying that maybe an ending might be inevitable for some of you anyway. Now, of course, again, like I said, it feels like you are really trying to see, like you're looking at things through a practical lens, right? But Could just be saying, even if, maybe it's one of those things where you do see something like that, like, okay, I know practically this isn't really the right fit, but if you still were to go down that road, let's say, right, so your higher self knowing, like, okay, this isn't the right thing, could just be saying a tower moment might come along to sweep it away anyway. All right, in the near future position, we have judgment. So I would say the good thing there is that even if you do go through a tower moment, to me to see the judgment in the near future says that you'll be back up on your feet in no time. So yeah, for a lot of you, it might just be one of those things where it needed to be swept away, right? Maybe there was some resistance to that, and now once you get that cleared away, right, it's going to open the door to new opportunities for you guys, and possibly even one from your past that you might have overlooked for whatever reason in the past. And seeing that too makes me think of the fact that we'll finally have Pluto moving out of your sign coming up in a few days, and then finally going into Aquarius for good. So maybe that's where that shift is coming in. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, so this is a good indicator that you will have clarity around the situation, right? Where, like I said, it seems like maybe there was something pulling you in, where you felt a draw to it, but then you really were thinking to yourself, okay, on a more practical level, does this work or not, right? So that could be where you get that insight this month. In the environment position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, so a lot of you, this could just be saying you might be embracing your more independent energy this month, right? Again, like I said, feeling like you are open to opportunities on one hand, but you want to make sure it's the right fit, and probably because you are pretty content with yourselves as is right now. So you're like, okay, anything that's going to get me to move out of that energy needs to really be a significant offer. Right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Knight of Wands. So for a lot of you, this is probably a hope. This is Sagittarius energy, which we did see come up with your dice with the 12th house. So yeah, maybe this is saying that some of you just want a little bit more adventure, right? So it's like just trying to balance that with being practical too, though, right? So like, okay, I know I need a little adventure, maybe I need a little change of scenery, but also let me take a measured approach to which path I go down that way. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here. And yeah, again, this makes me think, especially even that the moon did come up in your dice, this makes me think that the full moon in Gemini might have you feeling a little bit overwhelmed from a mental perspective. And then hopefully once that passes, it looks like the energy will lighten up from there. Because seeing the colors on this makes you think of the Ten of Swords and the Tower. And even the Three of Pentacles, which, like you said, normally that is a good card, but when it's in a challenge, it's saying that, well, you're having difficulty building something stable. So could just be saying that once that Gemini full moon passes, you'll be able to finally let that go. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So this is the major arcana card for Sagittarius. So yeah, it could just be saying that as we progress through Sagittarius season, that's when balance will be restored around the situation. So it could just be one of those things where it's saying, try to ride out the energy as best you can. I mean, we mentioned that there will be a Mercury retrograde in your 12th house, right? So you might not be seeing things too clearly. And all the other energy going on there as well that we talked about. So might just be best to let that pass naturally and then let things clear out on their own. All right, so moving on to the Four Agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word, and it says speak with integrity. Okay, see if we get that to focus and then get it all in the frame. All right, so it says say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So yeah, I will say that message just in general does seem to fit the theme of what we were saying with the Mercury retrograde, right? Where just make sure you're communicating clearly, try not to leave any room for misunderstandings as far as that goes, wherever, but hopefully I resonated. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have time for a nap. There's the artwork, and the number is 24. So I will say, just surface level, given that you had 12th house energy come up in your dice too, and we were talking about how there's going to be plenty of energy going on there. Sometimes when you have 12th house transits, it is a good time to just try to step away and ride the energy out. Central meanings says rest, rejuvenation, and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. The Oracle's message: this is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your list, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and let ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. Yeah, that does sound like a good energy to embrace when you have a lot of 12th house transits where, creativity might flow through you, right? But might not be the time to act on things, but more to just let ideas flow in, figure out what seems practical or not. All right. The relationship message says, when it comes to matters at heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. And when it talked about, if you're not partnered, it's a good time to take time out to get to know yourself. That makes you think of what we were saying about the Nine of Pentacles energy there, where you're embracing that more independent energy for the time being, and really thinking about what would fit for you and not really budging from that and for the time being. The prosperity message says this is a great time to break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So interesting there when it mentions epiphanies, because that's something I often think about with the Ace of Swords, and given that that's in a position of your influence in a situation, that looks like if you do remain open energetically this month, you might actually get those types of things this month. So hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Once again, happy early birthday to those of you December Capricorns. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday season as well, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.